Hello, hello, and welcome to Tany Talks Live. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about long distance relationships. You guys picked a poll, and this week you want to talk about long distance relationships. Have you guys ever been in a long distance relationship? I actually never been in a long distance relationship. So let me tell you, I'm from New York City, right? And I live in the Bronx. And if you live in Brooklyn, in my opinion, that is a long distance relationship because I don't have a car and most people in New York City don't. And we like to travel via the subway. So if I have to get on a train, right, and then travel the train through Manhattan into Brooklyn, that's 2 boroughs, that's like 2 towns, right? Just to get to go see you, that is a long distance. It's gonna be like an hour and 15 minutes, like an hour and 20 minutes to travel from the Bronx to Brooklyn. So if I'm dating someone even from Brooklyn, I feel like that is a long distance relationship. But in your opinion, right, what do you feel like a long distance, like how far is long to you, right? Because for me, long distance would be like anything more than like an hour and a half. Like, let me read some of the comments here. Yeah, that is a long distance. I dated someone from Brooklyn. Yeah, that's really far. Like, let me tell you, if you live in New York City, you already like in your head, you're almost like in a long distance relationship if you're dating someone from Brooklyn, because that is a mission and a half just to see someone. Like, that's a lot of working that you got to do for these long distance relationships. I've never actually been in a long distance relationship. I don't know if I could even handle being in a long distance relationship, to be honest. I dated someone from California, the other side of the world. Yeah, like, how do you even do that? Like, I feel like I'm very clingy, so I feel like I won't be able to do like a long distance relationship. That's why I never dated anyone like in the military. I never dated anyone that like had a job that has to move around, because I already kind of know, like, okay, if you're going to be going from place to place to place to place, I don't know if I could realistically date you. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to want to be with someone. So I really want to hear from you guys. I want to know if you guys have ever had a long distance relationship, and if that's something that you could do, you know, because I don't think I can. Like I say, even thinking of dating someone in Brooklyn is like, seems like a long place. And it's like, if you don't live like in the 5 boroughs, like Jersey, Connecticut, or someplace close, I don't know if I could realistically like be in a relationship with them. Because I feel like being in a long distance relationship takes a lot of trust, right? You have to trust in that person a lot, you know, and because, you know, you're not going to be able to see them. If you're in a long distance relationship, that basically means you're probably going to see that person like once a month, I would say, if even that could work out, you know. Like, I don't know what the ins and outs are if dating. I had 3 or 4 times. Oh my gosh. So you like the long distance dating. Julio in the comments is saying he dated someone from California, which is like really far. I don't think I could realistically do that. I think it takes a lot of things to make a long distance relationship work, right? Because there's a lot of elements that go into dating someone in a long distance relationship. It takes trust and dedication. Yeah, like, just thinking about being in a long distance relationship stresses me out, because I just know that I want to see you all the time. I want to be with you all the time. I don't think I could give it a try. No, I can't give it a try. FaceTime made it a lot easier. I guess that's true. I guess like having long distance relationships now with technology and everything that's going on, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier to be able to communicate with your loved ones, right? Because now you have FaceTime, you got video chat, you can text them here and there, they got social media, you can watch their stories. So I guess in that way, it kind of makes it more easier. So I guess you guys have more experience than I do. I've actually have never been in a long distance relationship. I mean, I think I could possibly do it in the event that, let's say I'm with someone, right? And then they took a job and now suddenly in their job, they have to move around and everything. I would probably try to hold that down because it's like we started on a different type of terms, you know, and life takes us different places. And I would never be the type of person that would stop someone from taking an opportunity like to better themselves, and if they truly feel like this is the best thing for them, then I would support them. But yeah, I don't know, other than that, probably not. And I would definitely support my partner, and you know, we make it work. Like you said, like there's FaceTime and stuff like that. Let me read off some of the comments. It definitely depends on the person. Yeah, it has FaceTime has made it easy. Yeah, because we have technology. Like, thank God for technology. Hi, thanks for joining. So thank God for technology, because imagine like being on the phone jonesing with them like every day. Like that's kind of sweet though, right? Because let me tell you, the guy from down the block, let me tell you, he probably doesn't even make enough time for you. You know what I mean? He probably doesn't call you as much as the guy that's across the however far he is, you know, because I feel like there's different levels to it, right? Because you could date someone like be from the Bronx, date someone from Brooklyn, which is kind of far. Then you could like be here, date someone in another state, which is kind of far. Date someone from down south, which is even further. Date someone across, you know, all the way on the West Coast, which is even further. Or you could even be dating people across the country. Like I had some homegirls that I know, and they like are in relationships across seas from each other, and that is so, like, I admire those people so much, because I know that takes so much guts to be in a relationship with someone when they're in a different country. Like a different country, oh my God. Like I would have to look at it like that person is on vacation and eventually like they're gonna come back soon. Like, because I don't know how I would deal with across the country. Have you guys ever dated anybody that lives in another country? Like, have you ever guys did it that long ago, like that far away from each other? Because like different boroughs seems like across the nation for me. Oh, look at that, it's a comment. There's a few other things that could kind of go into place as far as dating someone long distance. I think as far as the video chatting, that's great.
I don't turn this
Hello.
around.
Hi.
Hi, sister.
Welcome to Tany Talks. Hey girl. So this is Bonnie Speaks. That's my sister actually. So you've been in a
You
long
know
distance
that.
relationship? Yeah, I know you have actually. I know that you have been in a long distance relationship. So tell me about it. Like, yeah. So I guess in your case it's a little different because you guys knew each other, then you moved
Yeah,
apart.
that's
So it's
true.
not
That's why I
like
said it depends on the
um
person for a really, really long time, for many, many years. It wasn't that far because New York and Atlanta is not a big, like, 11-hour drive and probably like a 2-hour flight.
that's not, I mean, the flight sounds easy, but just imagine, I can't even imagine like taking flights to see someone. Like, I would have to really like, it has to be
Well, I
someone
mean,
that really shows
imagine
that
the
they really
dedication
love
for
me for me
someone
to
to
go
actually
that
get on
fast.
an 11-hour bus ride once every 3 weeks to
That's
come and
love.
see
Like,
you.
that's love, sis. Like,
Like that type of dedication.
that is so sweet. That that is that's a long ride, man. Riding for 11 hours. I saw this thing I was reading, and it was talking about how this guy rode a bike from like India to like France or something for like the love of his life on like a bike to like get to her. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like, and I've heard of like this girl, like I think she crossed the seas out of Bangladesh or something like that to like meet her loved one or whatever it was. Like, people will really like go to the depths of the earth for like that kind of love. And I think that is so
And
fucking
sometimes
sweet.
those relationships last a really long time because the girl's dad, that started out as a long distance relationship.
That's true.
Parents traveling back and forth
I
on the
mean,
bus between upstate and the city to see each other. And that lasted for
actually so sweet just to like think about. I like I said, I don't know if that's something I would do. I feel
The
like
only thing that I would
so. What
say,
other tips would you have
the
for
only thing
people
that
to
I would
have a
say that would probably
successful long
make it
distance
like
relationship?
attention, obviously. Person you have needs, so
Right.
like get creative in a sense.
Would you give that person like a pass though? Like, would you allow them to like sleep with other people if you were in a
I
long
think
distance
like
relationship?
I said, it all depends on the person and the situation, and really do love each other. Long distance relationship I'm in now, we definitely have where we
Yeah.
don't necessarily
See,
hold
that's
each other
cool.
back
You're able to
from being able to do things with other people just because we both know that it's hard. We don't get to see each other as much, especially because it's families and everything involved.
right. Right. I guess like yours is on a like a different kind of level because like you said, you knew him prior and the person lives far, so it's like, okay, I really want to be with that person. But it's like do you ever feel like there's times where you feel
No,
insecure?
not necessarily because it's very open, honest conversation. It's nothing that
Right.
from each other like ever
That's so good to have that open communication with
because
that
it's hard
person.
to
Um,
hear.
but like,
Definitely not an easy thing to
right.
hear, like, hey, I went on a date with this person, or I'm talking to this person, or like, eventually,
I
eventually,
mean, I
as
guess
the
it comes
relationship
with long
progresses,
just
somebody got to move.
forgiveness, right?
It's not something, long distance relationships are not something that
That's true, right? I never thought about that. I guess
I don't
eventually,
think it's
as
something that
in
could
long
be
distance
long
relationships,
term
you
without
got to move in together.
the overall conversation of eventually somebody moving.
Right. What if in the event like you guys initially were living together and then someone has to take like an opportunity to like move like across the country? Would that be something that you would be into? Like, would you support them and let them
Well, that would
go
never
or
hold anybody
like,
back from anything that would
right, right,
life.
right.
I think the situation differs. Like if there's children involved and stuff like that, of course, then you would have to make,
Right.
like in my first situation, eventually there were children involved. So it was like, okay, I don't really want to move from where I'm at. I really like being in the city, but I kind of got to like, not be
Mm-hmm.
selfish and think family wise.
Yeah, you're right. Eventually after some time, I guess in long distance relationships, they have to figure out like where's home for us. You know what I mean? Like, or how long do like long distance relationships
But I
last? Do
mean,
you
I
feel
do
like
have some
long distance
friends who do
relationships are like
it,
type of
like
relationships to last?
that are in marriages or relationships where they have families and their husbands are always on the go. It's like, for example, you dating a basketball player, they're on the go 24/7 entire season. So there's months at a time that you may not see them if you're not in that same particular state with them.
Yeah, I guess it takes a mindset of whether or not you could tolerate it.
This is it takes
Because
a lot of
I don't think
communication,
I can.
a lot of communication.
Right. And like, but you don't feel like I feel like if you're talking to them all the time, wouldn't that water down your relationship? Why don't you keep it like, you know how they say like distance makes the heart
To
grow
a certain
fonder when you
extent,
don't
like
stay with the person.
frame schedules where we know we're going to speak to each other. But there's also those times where, like, if you can't to make time out of your day, at least 2 seconds to be like, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't get in contact with you today, but I had to do like this, that, and the third, so that the mind doesn't
Right.
start to wander into other places. Start thinking other stuff. making that face because you would be that person to jump to 1,000 conclusions if you didn't hear from them in 24 hours.
Yeah, like, cause like I don't know, like I have to. I feel like it's really gonna have to take a really good person. Like if I found out, that that person, and when we spend time together, that those moments like mean everything to me, then I feel like that maybe I could commit to it. If that every time we got together, it was just so
The
full of like
magic, the stars.
greatness. Yeah, like I don't know, like if we're always having fun and we always doing like cool things, and they prioritize my schedule and they communicate with me well, like I feel
That's what I
like
said. It depends
then
on
maybe,
the person and
and
the relationship you have with that person. Like, but every time I know the day is
like
coming,
how do you
and there's
even
always a bunch of plans that map out.
I guess I guess also like sexting would be really important, like sending each other
Oh,
constant
well,
like
yeah,
flirty things to keep
definitely.
it
That's what the
spicy, right?
FaceTime has made it a lot easier.
Okay.
Kind of get creative with that
I hear
too.
that.
Technology in general, even as far as the sex toys, like they have a whole sex toy out there that your partner can control.
Yeah, like if they know how to make like the simplest things like the sweetest, then like I could do it. I think I could do it with someone. But it's like I haven't met that person. But it's like I always imagine, like, if I think of a long distance relationship, I think of like, let's say I go out one night and I'm having a really good time that night, and then I just meet somebody, right? We exchange numbers, and this is me creating like a whole scenario in my head. But like we exchange numbers, and then like I go back home and I call them. I'm like, hey, what you doing? Let's link up. And then like the next day we hang out, and then I find out that they're not even from here. I would be so incredibly hurt. I would be like, oh man. I would instantly think in my head like, this is not going to work out. They don't even live here. Like, there's no way that this is going to work. But, if the time that we spent together, like, I just felt an
I
instant
mean,
attraction, I would try to work it out. If the person is literally making plans for the
it's
future with me, then maybe I could consider it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, homeboy from
and
down
that's
the
what I'm
block
saying. Like you
probably
got
won't even
you.
call
It
you half
all
the
depends
time
on the
as
person
homeboy
and the
from
dedication.
the
Like
next state.
you got guys. There's guys that live in Queens and Long Island that don't want to take the trip to Manhattan. Some men who would get on an 11-hour bus ride to come
It's
see you.
true. Period. If he wants to with
And
somebody else, will.
it's
Okay.
also
This
about
the long distance that
living
makes
in
it
the moment
happen.
when you're with them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like cherishing every, and I feel like that maybe that has a lot to do with it. Like, right. So when you've dedicated yourself to this person and you finally get a chance to see this person, I would assure you, like those every moment that you guys spend together is probably like the best times
The
ever. You know what
hardest
I mean? So it
the
makes you kind of look
hardest part
forward to the
is
next one and
saying
the next
bye.
one. I never think about that. Oh, how do you
Definitely,
say
like
bye? Like, do you ever feel like
this part,
it's the
like damn,
last
I'm
time
not
you're
gonna
gonna
see
see
you for
them
like
or
another two
something?
months or so. Like fuck. Like I'm gonna see you on FaceTime, but I'm not gonna be able to lay with you or like that's the worst part.
Oh my
And that person is not
gosh.
there and you're
Do you
like,
find
damn.
yourself like
We just had 4 or 5 amazing days together and
they're
now
not
I'm back to
here
like by
anymore?
myself.
I guess for long distance relationships too, I guess like when you guys do link up, I would assume you guys are spending nights together because listen, when you come over, you spend the night bag.
every
Because we
every
are spending
minute
the night with each other. We are
possible.
going to wake up with each other. We are going to be breathing in each other's face until the moment that you have to fly back or ride back or however you're getting back to where you were. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that would be the case. Like, and I feel like if you didn't want to spend the night with me, I'm gonna think something is up. Like so where you gonna be at? Why you don't want to stay with me? And I
Experienced
get that
that part.
you got family and everything. You want to see your family too, but
I
I want
haven't
to see you
experienced
too.
that part because
Huh?
anytime that person is here, it's his faces all day, every day, or
Always
even if I have to go to work, coming to sit at you.
Yeah, but like, what if that person is coming into their hometown, right? So they're coming into their hometown and they're here for like a little while. And they gotta see their mom. They gotta see this. I gotta see my girl. Da 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 da. And it's like, no, when you here,
I
when
do
you're back
allow
in
for
the
time
city, you're
because
mine.
I still have
Can't
to
see
work.
nobody. You know, I'll do a
There
little
are
something.
hours where it's just like, all right, go see your friends or whatever, and then just come back when I get off and pick me up. Like you gotta, because you still have to be open to, like, if that person is from that particular town, like in my situation where they have family here, are here, I have to acknowledge the fact that, hey, I do have to allow him to spend some type of time with his family, with his friends.
Right,
He's going to want to see them. He's going to want to hang out with them.
right, right. Of course. I feel like you guys should like give each other pet names and make it super sweet whenever you guys are together. Like video chat each other as much as possible. Would you get to know his family and stuff like that? Like, would that be like a way to comfort you when he's not around? Like, would you go to his
I
family?
wouldn't say it's family. I mean, we have mutual friends, so that's very comforting. We have
Okay.
mutual friends that we can share our experiences with and our frustrations, so where they know both of us, so we can kind of,
Yeah.
that kind of helps because I do get upset.
And it's a give and take, right? I feel like he can't only be the only one going to visit you, right? I feel like after a certain amount of time, you have to go
Well,
visit him as
yeah.
well, right? Or is it like, how does that work? Does one person usually be the one
No, I
who's
think it
moving
definitely
around?
should go both ways. I haven't yet. Well, I haven't had the opportunity to do so yet, but it doesn't mean that I won't.
Ooh. I mean, that's sure. It's always give us something to look forward to, and like you always have to be like super like slow to judge too, because like that's always like
Yeah,
another
you
thing, and
definitely have to be
you have to constantly, I guess.
a lot of a lot of communication and a lot of trust. Because there have been times, where go a
Right.
day or two go by that I won't get to he won't get to reach out. And then, you got people in your ear like, oh, he's probably doing this, is that, and the third. And you have to tell yourself, like, no, situation. Like, let me wait until I hear from them
Right.
because it could be more happened. You can't always allow those thoughts to consume you and that be your first thought. Like, oh,
100%. Because I feel like with like your significant others, like your schedules could be crazy. Like this come with a lot of jealousy and a lot of insecurities. You know what I mean? Where it's like, even it's like, they could have somebody whenever they want. I'm not always going to be there. It's really trusting that person, to kind of, hold it down. And I have trust
sorry. Hi,
issues. You know what
Eddie.
I'm
I
saying? And
love
it's
you.
hard for
I
me to
see
trust.
you.
So
I'm
I
coming.
don't
I'm
know if
just
I should
trying to do
jump
this
into
live with my sister. I'm coming.
that. So I feel like, and don't stay because like I feel like don't also go into like long-term relationships when like you're only with them for something in the future either. Like let's say you with your person and y'all had tickets to go to Beyonce or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden you guys don't want to be together. Like how would that work to like make plans? Would you still like keep the plans? Would you
Um,
cancel the plans?
Me?
Would
Well, you know me. Once I'm
the
out, I'm out. I don't give a shit about them Beyonce tickets. Give me my money back.
right, like I think it's very much of like trying to like enjoy the ride with them as long as it possibly can. I mean, do you feel like this relationship do you have a future? Do you feel like it has a
Sometimes
future?
I don't. Sometimes I don't. I'm not gonna lie. There are some days I wake up and I'm
Right.
like, this is pointless. This is not gonna go anywhere. Let's
Right.
just go back to our
Right.
friendship.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm gonna have this sort of longing where I'm just gonna be longing for that person, and I don't know if I could
It,
tolerate that. Like, oh my gosh, like just thinking about missing person. I think. Do you guys send each other gifts? That will make me like, it'd be so sweet to like get flowers from someone I know who's thinking about me from like far away, like little cute stuff like that, you
The
know.
most I got was like a gift at my job.
That's sweet. I've never gotten a gift at my job, you know. I never did. So I feel like that's like, you know, sending flirty texts. And would you like, I would write
I
them
never thought
letters and
about
like
that.
send them letters and stuff. Yeah, send them a letter. I think that'd be so freaking cute. Do it
I
like we
never
used to
thought
do
about
back in the
that.
day. You know what I'm saying? Like make
Cute.
little love letters, put like perfume on. That's the kind of things that I would do if I was in a long distance
But I feel
relationship.
like because we talk to each other
I
so
think
much, it's
I think
like,
that'd be a really cute way to spice it up. Yeah, you gotta send like little flirty texts, send them little, you know, stuff, send them your underwear, you know what I'm saying, and take it off and send it. I don't know. I would do some freaky shit like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's like too
well,
much. But you know, I
he
would try
still owes
something
me a
maybe
shirt that
spicy.
he wore
I
so I
would
could
get
sleep in it. Hi, baby.
things like that. Like, oh
You
my
just
gosh, I would love
reminded
that.
me.
Like put it on the teddy bear
Where's my
cover. Say
shirt?
nice. Yeah, exactly. So make sure you go ahead and get your shirt, sis. So I want to thank you for getting on Tany Talk Live and
Oh,
talking
cause
about your long
my
distance
bestie gonna
relationship
kill me.
and the trials and your tribulations. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you have yourself a good
um,
night. Any closing words?
be optimistic. Be open to it. You know, I love
All
love.
right.
So
Who,
just
me
like
in particularly or just people?
you never know. Sometimes the
Oh,
men from different countries and
you,
different
you,
states are 10 times better than the men we got here in New York City. Go get you a country boy. Try it
oh,
out.
that's true. Yeah. At this point, I'm telling you, I think my person is in another country because New
I
York ain't
love
cutting
you.
it.
Bye.
No, thank you. So I want to thank you guys for getting on the talk for Tany Talks Live. We were talking long distance relationships, like, and some trials and tribulations, and whether or not you should tolerate it. Some things you could do to spice up a long distance relationship. You know, some really good tips were, you know, FaceTiming them, maybe sending them cute little notes, making sure that every moment that you guys spend together, is magical and meaningful, and probably spend the night with that person if you can, because I know you guys want to probably cuddle. So those are really helpful tips that you guys can get for your long distance relationships. I personally don't know if I could do one like I said, but you know, I'm always open to it. You never know what floats your boat. So thank you guys. Tune in on next week for the next week's poll for Tany Talks. Bye.